It's time to stitch the Free Hugs and Kisses block on our Sweetheart Street bench pillow. The Free Hugs and Kisses block is on page 19. I have the background fabric and the batting, and then I've pulled all the fabric needed for the applique. Now I have 2 pieces of fabric. These colors are only used in this project for this block. These 2 I just used for the 2 blocks that I just stitched, and I need these again for this block. And then I have 2 more fabrics that will be used for this block, and then I will put back in my packet for future blocks. All of my fabrics have been backed with fusible interfacing, and so I'm ready to stitch the Free Hugs and Kisses block. So I'm at my machine, and you can see that I still have those first 2 blocks attached to my muslin strip, and this is why I leave it attached, so that I can use the least amount of stabilizer. Again, in this project I'm using muslin. However, this is of course totally optional, and you can see how I've put a little bit of this extra fabric just into my hoop to save. My design will probably start about right here. So again, that's just something that I do. I've gone back to my USB. I need to open my combined files folder, and I am getting the Free Hugs and Kisses, which is block 3. I'll hit set, and I'm going to go to edit and rotate this 90 degrees, and then I'm going to move this all the way down. Again, all the blocks that I'm doing from here on out have those steps that I deleted in software that I don't have to skip like I did on the very first block. And so I don't need to go back to my screen for that reason. So I can just go ahead and start stitching. The first will be the placement for the batting. I'll place the batting and the fabric. It will run the tack down and then the quilting. Again, I have cut my batting to size, so I'm going to place it right inside that placement line. Then I'll take my fabric, and I have both of these just lightly sprayed, and I will place my fabric over, just kind of generally making sure that I have a little bit of room on each side. There's a lot of extra fabric with the Kimberbell, and so there's usually no problem with just placing that generally over the center. All right, it's going to do the tack down of the fabric and the background quilting. On the last blocks I did, I forgot to mention how much I love the background quilting. And that's one thing I really do like about Kimberbell, is that they match their background quilting with a lot of their designs, the embroidery designs from the project. And so you can see this cute little heart. Looks just like the heart sucker that we did with the vinyl. And it's got a cute little, looks like a gummy bear, and some Smartie candies and peppermints or suckers that have a little swirl. I just love their background quilting. The rest of this block is mostly traditional applique. All of the signs and the sucker will be traditional applique. There will be some details just with embroidery, and then finally the stitching on the signs with all of the words. So let's finish this block. Now you'll notice that I did not take my hoop out after every sign was tacked down, and that's just because I knew that I could tack all of this down without having to do that. And so instead of taking my hoop out 4 times, there's 4 colors for the sign plus the little sucker, I just made sure that the next sign wasn't going to, of course, go over the fabric that had stitched previous. Now, the only one that I did need to cut, and it's really because when I put this fabric down, I wasn't paying attention. And so I cut this piece off. I'll trim it up a little bit because this fabric overlapped this next piece. And that was the only one that I had to trim. So when I did the other fabrics, I made sure to not place too far down into this post section for the next. There was an opening in the little posts where the applique is going to go, and that kind of gives a guideline where that next piece is going to be stitched. And so for all of the rest of them, I just made sure that this piece of fabric didn't go down into the next opening of the post. And I was able just to get them all done. So now I will trim them. And again, it's just because I didn't have to take my hoop in and out to do all the trimming. All right, so let me get all of these trimmed up. I love this cute little block. Oh my gosh, what a cute little sign. Now there are several jump stitches, and a few of them I'm not really sure why they're here. They're when the outline of this finished for this sign, and then it started with the same color down this little piece of candy, even though it cut and stopped the sign, it started right at the point and then locked it and then jumped. And so there is a little jump stitch that really shouldn't be there. It should have cut and then started over here. So I'm not really sure what that's about, but that's easy to cut. There is also a jump stitch between these two signs. Again, that is something that could have easily, they stopped all the other signs. There's only, one color, but that would have been easy to just cut and then switch. But again, it's not a big deal. You just cut it. And then there are a few jump stitches on the free hugs and kisses. There's a few that I'll take out, and a couple you can see on this soda crush. I'm not going to worry about taking them out right now. I'm going to wait till my block's out, but there's just a handful to take off. But what a cute, cute block. This cute little kind of lace looking flower. Oh, I love it. All right. So now I still have these two in the hoop. Of course, when you see this video will already be done and these will be cut to size. But I still now have all of this, and I could easily take out, move this down kind of like I did these and cut these off. But that's just, one more hooping I have to do. I am going to put the next block, which is the Valentine shop. I'm going to bring it in and just put it to the top of the hoop, which will be about right here. And again, I may be close to overlapping. I may overlap. I may have to either just, I might just tape that back. But I have plenty of room to do one more block before I have to rehoop. So I'll have stitched 4 blocks in just 2 hoopings. And that's just, again, saves time and stabilizer. Here is a free hugs and kisses, and I love it. That sign is just so sweet. The wording stitched on looks so good, and the candy and background quilting, everything. Love that. Now from here on out, the blocks will be cut all the same size, and they are the larger size. These will need to be cut 6.5 wide by 8.5 inch tall, and that is the size of the orange pop ruler. And what I want to do is use this outside stitching. Again, you could do that tack down in a darker color if that helped, align, but I'm just using the same color as the quilting, so that's less I have to change. So now before I just put this ruler and use those marks to kind of center everything, which is what I normally do in Kimberbell. Usually a block is centered, and as long as you just use this outside guide and have it centered within that, then it's good to go. This, we do need to pay, again, attention to the bottom. So if I take my seam guide, I need to cut right below that stitching, not far, and that will give me my seam allowance, my 1/4 inch seam allowance when I sew this to the inside border. Now the bottom of this little candy will be right at the trim line about. But I'm concerned about making sure that I'm a quarter of an inch from the bottom of the stand, you know, or as close as I can be. So now I can take my orange pop ruler and just basically center. The most important for me is to get pretty much a quarter of an inch. So I'm going to call that good. I can see both of my stitching that I'm lined up, and I think I'm going to call that good. So now to use the orange pop rulers, I am going to hold, and you cut to the inside, not, you know, the outside. However, it's just like cutting to the outside of a ruler if this was a ruler. And you just start at the bottom. You've got to press tight and then, you know, hold it against. And then spin. And you just work your way around. Now sometimes you don't get quite to the corner, and if that happens, then you can just take and, you know, get that little thread that you might have missed. And there is our cute block.